Hello everyone and welcome to another video on XrmTypeFast series. So in this video I'm going to demonstrate to you how you're going to create a record in Dynamics CRM using XrmTypeFast. So before proceeding to the Visual Studio Code project, I'm going to show to you one thing, and that is actually I have chosen the accounts entity. This is my choice for proceeding throughout this course in order to create updates, retrieve multiple, and all the actually CRUD operation stuff. But it's completely your choice. You can go on with any entity of your choice. And also, in order to simplify everything, I have created a demo form. And here in this form, I have put different fields of different kinds, single line of text, multiple lines of text, whole number, actually a decimal value, a boolean, two entity references, a customer field with type of customer, as a date and time, option set, multi-option set, and a field of type money. Okay, so I have created this form, and as we do all our CRUD operations, actually we can navigate the results pretty much easier and faster. So with that in mind, I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. Okay, here I have this directory source, and everything is as what has been so far. So in the source directory, I'm going to create, well, before doing that, let's say I can write down everything I want here, here in the index.ts file, but a more a cleaner way of doing things here is that I create a folder, a directory called forms, maybe, and for accounts, because you may go with other entities, and you may write down so many actually TypeScript files over time for your environment and for your project. So as I do want to emphasize, this way I am doing is a more cleaner way of handling larger projects. Okay, so account form, and here I am going to export class account form, and so I go back to the index.ts file, and instead of doing all of these, I'm going to export from let's say forms, yeah, and within there okay, so our index.ts file, which is going to be translated into index.js, now is having everything that is being written here in this class. So if you have another TypeScript file, for example regarding contacts form, you can add up that file to here and write down your piece of code regarding contact or invoice or in quote product, whatsoever of your choice, and just by changing these values here, you can do the whole stuff pretty much easy without getting into conflict with actually things that have been written down on other TypeScript files. Okay, so here I go with a method static async load, and here I set a debugger and let entity, and so this is actually the C# style that we are so much interested in. Well, for the entity, it is nagging at us, so just press if you hold actually your you hover your mouse onto the entity object, you see there is a quick fix and add import. Yeah, and then we have the account, I'm sorry, the account dot, it doesn't recognize that because it needs from the entity folder, it needs actually to load the account.ts file. So entities account, as you see, and the logical name. Yeah, so it is now time to write down everything just as close as C#. Oh, account. So by pressing Shift, Alt, and down arrow, okay, you can copy paste things pretty much fast. I go with the name. Why? Because and I should also note that the reason I'm using the web client version rather than the unified interface is that on the web client there is a PowerPoint tool that by pressing it and using the schema name as label, so here we have all the database names of fields, so it's gonna make the work pretty much easier for us. So I add a value to the name field. Well, let's go with sample. Yeah, and the other field was description, I think. Some text. Okay, so we have number of employees dot number of employees. Then we have latitude, address 1 underline latitude. We set that to a valid value, like for example this is decimal value. You cannot set it to any number because there are some logics within Dynamics CRM that prohibit you from creating records with, I don't know, a number like this, okay, for the latitude. So you're gonna be careful on that. Create on hold. Create it on hold. Yeah, we're gonna set that to true. And we have two entity references dot parent account. Okay, so we have two versions, parent account ID and parent account ID underline create underline update underline expansion set. What is the difference? So let me first choose this one because we are doing the create operation, and then go to definition. This is parent account ID and this is parent account dot underline underline underline. There is no difference. Okay, so why did I make the type extraction output file to be something like this? The reason is that actually handling entity references and customer fields on different CRUD operations using the API or web API service of Dynamics CRM is so complicated. So you're gonna pass values for a specific CRUD operations in some kinds of forms, while in other kinds of other operations you're gonna send another actually values. So in order to separate them, I have created these two fields. Okay, and there is a used in let's say guideline or guide, in fact, that will help you on which upon which object you are actually using the field, which version of the two values actually you should use. Okay, so since actually our CRUD operation is create, we go with this version. Although as you can see, if you use this one, there is not going to be any problem, but in some specific cases of some very specific fields, these two values are different. So we go with entity reference, and since it is of type account, so we go with account.logical name and new GUID. By the way, we're gonna use the wrapper, text wrapper, so that things be more orderly. The GUID type is not recognized. Simply click on that and everything is resolved. So I'm gonna use the GUID of an account record. So I'm going to use the GUID of the Contoso. Okay. So the next entity reference is contact dot primary contact ID. Again, there are two versions, references, contact.logical name and new GUID, and this time we're going to use a GUID of a contact. Okay. And well, primary account, parent account, primary contact, and this field, which is in fact a custom field, CR12F underline customer blah blah blah, CR12F underline customer. Now you see three versions. Again, the complexity of customer fields is much more than typical entity references. So in order to come up with that kind of solution, actually we had to provide three values. I go to definition, the customer underline account, and customer underline contact. These two actually, this version and this version support expansions, update and create. So I go with this version. Okay. And since I am going to actually, the logic is a little bit easy to understand. Actually, the logic is that I am going to reference this customer field to a contact, so I should come up with this kind of relationship. Okay. Dot logical name and the GUID again. I think I should copy this in here. So now we have the start date. Again, this field is a custom field. We go with 2024 0, yeah, because you know, in JavaScript month is start from the number 0, and we say okay, it is yeah, 1st of January 2024. Okay, and then we go with the industry code, account that industry code, option set value, we set it to the value of 1. And regarding the multi-option set, the field type, which is a custom field, CR12F underline type, yeah. So we go with new option set value, oops, yeah, and we set it to 2 values, for example 1 and 2. Oh, I'm sorry, we should go with multi-option set value, yeah. And entity dot attributes, we go with the last field, and that is revenue account dot, what was the name of the field? Revenue, okay, which is of type money, and we set it to, I don't know, that value. Okay, so let GUID be, we're gonna await. Actually, the await is to handle the async operation, and we have specified the whole method as an async method. So as soon as it reaches here, it's gonna await for the operation, and if there be other pieces of code to be, I don't know, like for example, let I don't know, a equal to something, first this create CRUD operation is going to be done, and after its completion, then next lines will run. So now we use the XrmClientService dot create the entity. Okay. So in order to show you that async and await, we should go with some value, blah blah blah. Okay, and the debugger is also in place. npm run -s create build. Okay, so notepad, this is the load, this is the class, and I have already explained to you that okay, it's using within the webpack we have declared a namespace. Okay, so this is actually the fully qualified name of the method in which we are going to actually call. So everything is okay. We go first to the index.js file, we Control A, and then we go to Dynamics CRM, opening the form. I think it was a demo, yeah. And here, if I have not made any mistakes, it should now work. So, oops, the DevTools, counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, an error is jumping out. Let's see. I think I know where the problem is. I forgot to update this. Account form. Publishing it again. Five, four, three, two, one. Yes. So, okay. So as you see, first the GUID has been created. Okay. So this async and await operation is very interesting because using it, you no longer are going to actually chain multiple things, upon the actually the response of the request that is being sent from the JavaScript. Okay, you in fact in the older fashion had to chain your methods, but now you can write them. In fact, you can write down your underlying pieces of code here right after actually this call to the server, because this call to the server is being awaited, and after the response is returned back, so the underlying pieces of code will run. Okay. Oops. I'm sorry. Well, I think it's done. Yeah. And if I go to the accounts, here is my sample, which, as you see, the hierarchy indicates that it is being dependent on. Oh my God! As soon as I load, yeah, another record is also being created. So this is actually the first record that we created, and as you can see, sample sum takes 12 and all the values that I have written down. Okay, so this is the end of the create operation, and I think I have given to you enough explanations on all the details. So go on and use and create whatsoever a record in whatsoever form of your choice. See you soon. Thank you.